Okay. I think everything's on. All the little bars are going up and down. So we're going to try some music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully it's not too quiet. See the little green bars going. Let me know if it's awful. But we are doing some art tonight. Let's see where we left off last week. Again, start with a little play bar or progress bar. So we've got this lovely little board game. We can move our pieces around. Pick a random enemy to move a player. But right now they're just kind of, not great art assets. Eventually this is going to be a haunted house. Right? That's the idea. Ghosts trying to escape the skeletons and the monsters. And I'd like it to look a little more like a house. Would be nice. So we need some art. And for that, I'm gonna bust out Blender. I'm using 2.8, I think, somewhere. Where's the about? Nope. System info. About. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I don't know, I think it's 2.8. Splash screen, there it is. 2.82A is what I'm using. Probably doesn't really matter because we're not doing anything too crazy complex. So let's grab some notes. Open up our design doc. It's good to take notes. Do some science. Because if you don't write it down, it's just screwing around. These are more like gameplay assets. Let's make a little art assets. We need players. We need a ghost. We need a skeleton zombie. We need floor tiles. We need some wall tiles. Let's do a doorway. Doorways sound good. A front door. We gotta exit, the house. That's like the win condition. Like you're trying to escape. You get out of the house. And I don't know. I think we could expand wall tiles. Just a blank. Some art. Spooky art. Spooky. Floor tiles. We could probably do some deco tiles too. Deco, right? Let's do a. What does every haunted house have? Is a big grandfather clock. Big grandfather clock. Piano. That might be hard. We're probably overscoping at this point. We need windows. A nice window. Window. Perfect. Cool. So I think we're going to focus on getting the players and then the enemies in, and floor tiles, wall tiles, and the front door. So that's our priority. We're going to prioritize these guys. We need some floor. We need some wall, and the front door. If we get these 6 done, I'll be happy. So let's slide that out of the way. Oh, just covered up everything else I was looking at. All right. Let's start with the player. Let's make a little player character. And we're going to export at a pretty constant rate. I'm going to say we add a default cube here. So this cube is in Blender units 2x2. Right? So if we go into the size, the dimensions are 2x2. We can translate Blender units directly into Unity units. So this 2x2 we can import as a 2x2 square. Let's see. So it'll be twice as big as one of our current floor tiles. I'm going to spawn one in just so we can take a look at it. Board. Come on. There you go. So, all right. So these cells, these are 1x1, I think. Yep, 1x1. The scale is 1x1. So if we shrink down our cube here, right, scale it by half, right? This is the size of a cube at 1 unit to 1 unit. I think we're going to stick with that scale. Let me stop Unity from going. So a player, I don't imagine we're going to rig this. It's just, that's kind of a lot, and now I'm in a rush. Not really rush, but I don't want to overscope. Animations aren't really important right now. And I'm thinking these are like board game tiles, so we can do like plasticky sort of materials, or like a pixely art one. I was thinking pixel art, you know, just low res, something super easy. But everything can live on like a base, right? Let's make them round. I like round better. So we're going to throw a circle in. I'm going to turn this down to 16. Radius should be a half. That was not the button I wanted. There we go. And so now this is like, we're going to call this one unit. So that when we import it, I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. So we import it, this will like stand on a single tile. So I'm just going to extrude up, throw a face in there, and that looks good. So this will be like our base plate, right? And let's throw a cube in there, scale that guy down. We're going to make the player. And I think they're just going to be, you know, just a dude, right? Doesn't have to be too fancy. I mean, we've got a block to start with. You know, we're just doing the sort of a first pass. So we don't have to worry too much about, you know, making this a AAA game. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to create a mesh here, and I'm going to mirror it on the X and the Y. So we only have to really model one quadrant of this guy. Might bite us in a few minutes, but we'll see what happens. So let's add a little bit of reference. I'm gonna throw another cube in here. So if 2 is like a meter, we're gonna say that our players are about 6 feet tall. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. Shrink this guy down, grab Z, up by 1. I'm hitting the wrong button here somewhere. Scale, there we go. So this is about 6, right? So that's about 6 feet. So everybody's gonna be, I don't know, smaller than that. Oh, I do not have screencast keys on. I don't know if that's interesting. You want to watch me press keys? Let's go to Blender Preferences. Where are you? I have not been in Blender in so long. It's weird. I just got my preferences here. Screen. I do not have screencast keys installed. All right, you guys get to guess what buttons I'm pressing. That's okay. So we're modeling the player. I'm getting like, let's just start something simple. Let's go super simple. We're just gonna do the standard, like, I'm a block dude and I do block dude stuff. Let's throw a couple of quick insets. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna grab Z, grab this face, inset it a little bit, front view. Let's see if we can just, you know, extrude out some legs real quick. There's a knee. That is like way overkill. We don't need this much detail. Scale them down a bit. You know, we can do some fancy stuff later. Make them all animated and fancy. But this is gonna be, you know, super duper programmery art. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Control R does a loop cut like that. We're just gonna extrude out like a toe, right? Make him a little more toe-like. Cool. Let's give him a bit of a waistline. Why? Bit of a waist. Extrude up his arms. Shoulders are gonna go in just a bit. I did not auto mirror this guy, but that's all right. Inset, front, grab. You know, we're just gonna make some simple arms. And let's make them not in a T pose, because that takes more work. So we're just gonna scale these guys down. Oh, that does not look right. Give him a little elbow. Rotate this guy. Give him a. Should we give him a block hand? Yeah, give him a block hand. It looks vaguely humanoid. I'm gonna inset this guy. I want to get rid of this edge, X. Oop, not vertices, just edges. X, edges, and then we're gonna snap this guy. So I turn on snapping, vertex, grab, Y, bam. So we have this nice face that we can play with here. Just pull it up, give him some sort of a neck. Ooh, that is not. My hands are all over the place tonight. It's not great. That's kind of the theme for the week, though. Just nothing really going to plan. A neck. Turn off snapping. Great. Give him a gigantic head. Give him a little bit of face. Side of the head. I guess he could have a back of the head too. There we go. And let's auto mirror. There we go. So you can see I did a bad. That's okay. If we have clipping on, we do. Let's go to X-ray, and I'm just gonna go to the front. B to box select. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna grab, slide everything over on the line, just snap it to that middle line, and it looks okay. This guy is a little stocky, a little short dude, right? I don't think he's gonna run very fast on those legs. I don't know why that's so funny. Let's mess with his arms a little bit. Go back into X-ray. B, I'm gonna move his elbows around. B, move his hands up. Rotate him a little bit. That looks all right. Let's move his elbows back, right? Just so he's in a little more of a natural position, right? Because everything being on the perfect, Cartesian plane or whatever doesn't look very nice all the time. I think that was T, not R. And scale down his hands. Oops. Rotate this guy a little bit. There we go. Now he's what power stancing. Power stance. Yeah. I don't think this isn't awful for 4 minutes of work. His shortness is bothering me though, so we're gonna grab his waist and his hips. Just gonna bring those up a bit, and then deselect. There we go. Move his knees up, and while we're at it, grab X, move him forward. There we go. He's a sort of a wide set fellow. Right. Let's make him a little less chunky in the midsection. And this is, programmer. We just kind of push vertices around until something happens, something magical. I know we can scale these guys down just a touch, and I'm just tweaking stuff. We're gonna turn snapping on. I'm gonna grab that guy, merge by distance. So I just got rid of those vertices real quick. And let's make him not have a blockhead. Does that sound like a plan? How do we want to do this? I mean, we could sit here and sculpt it and push it around, but let's do it the easy way. Let's just cut his head off. X vertices, great. We gotta get rid of that edge, not those vertices, that edge. So you can see like down inside of them, there's like hidden geometry sometimes. You can just delete it. Shift A, I'm going to add a UV sphere. That is way too big. Let's drop it down to 8 and 6. That looks like a moderately respectable head. I'm going to turn clipping off. And move this guy out, scale him down. And I'm going to delete half of this. vertices. I'm gonna turn clipping back on. Grab this and just kind of smush it in. Now that clipping's on, it'll clip. And his head's gonna be a little bit taller and overall smaller. Should have scaled it down first. Ooh. Let's see. I think I can live with that. Let's give him a neck. Get rid of those vertices. I'm gonna edge select by hitting Alt, left click, extrude that guy down. Ooh, turn snapping off. There we go. That's we can work with this. So we have 3 faces here and 1, 2, 3, 4 faces up here. What we can do is you can split one of these and just like marry these up, or merge one of these. And I think we're gonna split like this guy. We're gonna make him a little bit rounder, but that's all right. And then just snap, 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 and snap. Select all, merge by distance. Now it's a single mesh, and he's got, you know, a hulking neck. Boop, boop, boop. Go click on some things. Nice. Yeah, let's lower his head a little bit. Now he doesn't go to the gym, you know, just exercise his neck. And we've got a I'd say half decent player model. Probably needs a little more geometry in here, but we can pull his chest out a little bit, pull his gut out, give him something a little more interesting, you know, instead of just flat dude. Give him a back. Let's drop that down, pull it out. There we go. These guys, and this is kind of how it goes. You just sort of shove pixels around until it looks right. Pull this guy up. And we could sculpt this and, you know, have a ton of fun messing with this for hours. But I think we're good. I want to fix this guy real quick. Make his neck a little bit round. What we can do is we can edge select if it'll let me. Edge select. I'm just gonna select. And I think it's 2 sphere. Let's see if we can. No, there's not enough geometry there, and it's only half a what you call it, circle. I know what circles are. But yeah, we'll leave him like this, and let's smooth shade him. Shade smooth. Yeah. Cool. And then I want to join these guys up, but I'm going to duplicate this guy off and hide it so I can use it for the next thing. And I want to join these. Control J. Nailed it. And now we've got a bunch of duplicated geometry down here. So, X-ray mode, box select. We're going to get rid of that side. Just get rid of the vertices. So now we just have that band. Throw a face on there. Great. Let's put a face on the bottom too. Alt, left click, F. I should be saying what I'm pressing, just so it's easier to follow along. But you know, things happen. Let's shade the bottom smooth. Shade smooth. And we can alt click these guys and make sharp. Mark sharp. That doesn't do what I thought it does. All right, we'll back out of there. All right, well, you're just gonna have a nice little rounded thing. Or if I really do want to, Control R, add an edge loop, tighten that guy up. Oop, that is not. Select this face, inset it, but not from the border. There we go. So now it's got more of a defined edge, and the light will catch it a little bit nicer. All right, so we got our little stocky dude. Let's paint him. Paint him. Okay. Let's unwrap. Just do an unwrap, and I'm gonna go in and create a material for him. New. Just call him player mat, and then sign. I think it's is it in texture paint? I want to pull in new, and this is going to be low res. We're going to do 32 by 32. So now I think we can just paint a couple pixels on here, and it'll work. So oh yeah, we have to edit the. Is it? No, it's not rendering. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh yeah, here, shading. We need to hook that image up. So we need to add a node, input, texture value, UV map, texture, tangent, maybe texture. There it is. Texture, image, texture. Bam. And it's in here, so untitled, color goes to color. And I think we need to add the UV map. Hook up a UV map to it, to the vector, and the UV map is just the UV map. So now when we go into texture paint, now you can see he's got some texture to him. I'm gonna grab this bottom, Control L, and just unwrap that by itself. Let's do something fancy. I'm gonna shrink this guy down, and we're just gonna set a bunch of pixels to like a solid white. We're gonna set a bunch of pixels to a solid black. Oh, can I drop a gradient in here? I haven't used the 2.8 texture painter in a while. Yeah, we'll just do a mid-tone, a mid-gray. And now we can like just grab faces. Boop. And it's these guys. Oh, I'm in texture paint, not UV edit. There we go. Now I can just scale these all down to 0 and just drop them wherever I want them. And in here, you can see I can change the color of it just by moving all the pixels around. It'll be a nice solid color. I'm gonna make it the. So if we tint this, so like we're gonna put a tint over this for the player color, and it's just this is a multiply. So whatever the player color is times 1 is the player color. This will be a half, and this is times 0. So anything that's black is black. Anything that's like a mid-tone can be that mid-tone or a white. So we're gonna make the base the full color, and then we're gonna grab the player and scale him down and just make him a mid-tone. And then we can do like, throw some accents. Like, let's say he's wearing boots. Did I get all the feet? Yep. I can grab those, drop them in there, and let's say we want to put a belt on him, right? We can create some geometry, select that geometry, make it black. Right? It's a nice belt. Smooth these guys up. There. And let's say, what other colors can we throw in here? If he's just going to be one big color with a couple of accents, I mean, we don't really need to throw a lot in here. I think, first pass, let's call this good. He'll look funny. I don't know about funny, but look plasticky and just like a solid color. But because we did grayscale here, we can tint it and change it up. All right. trying to find all the folders. All right, let's save. I know where all of my files are. So I'm just going to drop this, or I'm going to save this blend file directly into my Unity project. If I can find it. What do we call it? Haunted House. Assets. And then I'm just going to create a folder. Models. And then inside that models, I'm going to do sources. You can't see this. I'm just dogging into the ether. And just name this guy player. If I can type. So what this will do is, because I'm saving this Blender file directly into Unity, so you can see it's importing model sources. And so I have my new models folder, and in the sources, I've got my player blend, right? Because Unity goes out and it'll grab my system's configured whatever to open up blend files, and it will import them for me. So I like to clean up all of like the rig and animation, like just get rid of this right off the bat, just because, you know, not using it right now. Don't import animation, materials. So this generated a material, or it's going to generate a material, but in Blender, this is like the texture painter is in like a buffer. So we need to save this guy out. And I think we do it. Wow, I haven't done this in so long. Oh, that's open. I am in UV editing, not texture painting. That would help. Image, save as, and I'm going to drop this right next to that blend file as the player texture. Save. Go back into Unity. All right, so now I've got this texture in here that I saved out of Blender, and I'm going to drag this guy in. Actually, let's get our player prefab. Right, we created a prefab. Here's the player prefab, and I'm going to modify this prefab. Actually, let's do it this way. So the player, you know, the base player, and then the sphere sort of represents all the graphics. So I can go in and drop our player guy. See how he's just about the right size. Nice. Get rid of that guy, and then this is just the geometry. These are the different meshes that we put in, and we don't need this guy. Oh, I don't want to unpack, prefab, unpack. So now we can modify it. And then we can go into materials, create a new material, and call this, you know, player. Little p, big L, player. And drop our map in there, which is in here, and that goes right there. So now let's make this a point. Oh no, in here. I'm gonna make this point instead of filtered, so it looks a little bit. I don't know. If we decide to do pixel art, I want to do pixel art on these guys. It'll be a little bit better for pixel art stuff. And on our player, on our two models, why are there shouldn't be two. Oh, we had an extra one. So if I delete this one, that's not the one I wanted to delete. If I delete this one, there we go. I can drop my material, my player material on there, and you see how he's gray, he's got his little belt and stuff. And now if we go in and mess with the material, if I can find it, boop, 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 boop. Just mess with this. Because this is set to white, like let's say we want the red player, right? Or we want the yellow player, or the green player, you know, we can change colors, and we get this nice, well, that's inside out, way to customize the player colors. For now, we're just gonna leave that at white, and we're gonna save this. And because this is a prefab, if we play, hopefully we'll see a progress bar. There are our players, and they are blending in. Let's see if we can see it in Yeah. Oh, they're not blending in. This is inside out. All right. So I did not fix the normals on this. So if we go back into modeling, grab faces, and we turn on, normals, face. You can see that there's the face sticking out here is actually the one from below sticking out. So I can Control L and recalculate normals. Now they're all facing outwards. So this will look a lot nicer. Save, jump back into Unity. Hopefully it'll import. Yeah, there it goes. Let's see. Hopefully it'll work. Should probably just drop one in the scene so we don't have to sit here and reload it. So now you can see they have bases, and they're sticking up out of the floor. And we can tweak that a little bit in the model. You can see the origin is at the bottom. Like, let's say we want them to intersect a little bit. We can always move that origin up, move all the geometry down. Mess with that little orange dot. But I think this is okay for now. Players, done. Great. Let's do the ghost. Let's hide this guy. Let's bring back our circle. You know what? I'm going to grab the one I messed with off of this guy. All right, so Control L, Shift D to duplicate, escape. I think it's Control P. Nope. Alt P. No, did I not hit Alt P? Just P? Separate by selection. So if you select something in a model and you hit P, you can separate it by selection. So now I can hide this, and I have my own guy, my own base plate, and it's already got the mirroring set up for it. So let's go into this guy and let's make a better ghost. This is gonna be rough. Let's start with this sphere. Yeah. Scale this guy down. So we gotta make like a flowy ghost thing. How do you make a ghost? A box. I'm deleting half of these vertices, excuse me, so that our mirroring happens, and then let's get rid of these guys. And then just extrude it down. Yeah, that's a ghost. Ooh. Two ghosts, and they got a little flare on the bottom. I don't know. That looks not great. Yeah. Ghosts are a funny shape. I don't know. Let's make him not so that shape. And I'm gonna scale these guys down. And I'm gonna turn on proportional editing. And connected only. So like I'm not gonna affect this stuff. And we're gonna give him like a little swooshy. But I want to make him non-symmetrical. So I'm gonna separate him from his base. Control L, and then P, selection, there we go. And then I'm gonna apply the mirror. Now I can mess with this stuff. We're gonna scale this. Oh, that's not amazing. Box. Let's get a little more geometry in here to play with. Let's scale this up. This is getting worse. You know what? We're gonna look up some reference. We could give him like little arms. We could give him little arms. All right, let's give him little arms. I'm gonna grab these guys and rotate and like, ooh, he's got like ghosty arms. And I'm doing this all in proportional, so hopefully it stays, you know, somewhat reasonable. And this is definitely not enough geometry to be doing this with. Ooh, that was not the button I wanted. Yeah, what if we split this open? Like he actually is just, you know, in a sheet. What is it? Split, edge split? That's not what I wanted. Let's see if we do it this way. Ooh, split. Nope. Let's do it the hard way. How about the hard way? You know, why not? We're just going to delete these vertices. Oh, we can do it. Let's do it a little bit less hard way. We're just going to delete these faces. Get rid of these faces, and then I'm going to re-extrude, you know, this out, and then just turn off proportional. Snap that guy. Extrude this guy out. Snap that guy. Merge it back together. And then now we have sort of a sheety looking idea going on. Right, so this like gives his hand some sort of substance, I guess you could say. Let's turn X-ray off. Right, so we want this to be like pulled up like it is just one big sheet that's draped over his arms. Probably need to throw a little more geometry in here. Let's do this. And this would, like, probably should have done this with, you know, modifiers on, so that we didn't have to sit here and hand tweak everything. That's okay. Oh, we lost an edge. So this is, I guess this is okay. I mean, it's kind of got a line, right? That we got the quads still. A lot of people are like, oh, you got to keep all your quads. Yeah, but we don't really care too much. We just care that the faces are okay. You know, let's give this a little more volume. Move these guys up. Because I want this to sort of be like a rounded idea, and you're gonna be seeing him from up here, right? So that looks, I think that looks reasonable. Let's ghosts are smooth, right? Oh, I did not select everything. Shade smooth. There you go. That's kind of ghosty, right? Ooh, spooky. And definitely, you know, this side looks better than that side. Let's see if we can get him to be a little bit more lifting his arms. You know, get some definition going. Scooch that down. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, why not? Nailed it. And then let's see if we can just... Ooh, this is going to be rough. But I'm going to grab all these middle vertices. Get rid of that. Get rid of you, right? The center line. And then I'm going to scale Y0. So now I can snap the selection to cursor. Of course, it's the last one. On the y-axis only. On the x-axis only? Nope. I want to grab y and let's just hard set those to 0 because that's where we're at. And then I'm gonna auto mirror. Boom. That sort of works. Yeah. We got a ghost. A ghost. I'm going to apply this and make him not so pointy, maybe is the word. We got a lot of geometry in here. Yeah. Ooh, spooky ghost. Let's say if this is the forward direction, right? I want his hands to be sort of reaching forward, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter. You know, he can essentially move in any direction. But if we move him forward, you know, it gives a little bit better distinction. He's just a ghost. And I'm gonna make him a little taller, just so you can like actually see underneath, right? So makes it more ghost-like. Yeah, a ghost. And then we got to give the ghost some ghost eyes. How do we want to do this? We could just, you know, stick a couple of textures in there. But let's should we do straight up spheres so it looks funny? Let's do spheres. We'll do 6x6 spheres. Scale them down. Grab X-ray and pull this out. Scale them down to ghost eye size. D. Yeah. Just pop them right into his face. I'm a ghost. Okay. And we need to do the same thing we did with the player. We need to go in, assign the player material, unwrap him, UV editing. This is all of his body stuff, right? Scale that. He's gonna be just a ghost. Let's just, the whole thing's gonna be white. And then we're gonna grab the eyes and make them black. Face. That's not what I wanted. Turn this off. There you go. Ooh. Control L. Unwrap. Oh, they're still in there. Okay. Make the eyes black. Should we make him not perfectly white? I guess he could be perfectly white. That's fine. I don't mind. But he's a ghost. Ooh, ghost. We need to remerge him with his bottom. I don't know what to call that. Base. So I'm going to apply this because he doesn't have any modifiers on him. We could, but let's Control M. I think it is. No, it is not. Control P. Nope. Alt P. Control J. Join. That is it. There we go. Now he's one mesh. One mesh. And we're going to rename this to Ghost. I'm going to hide the ghost. I'm going to grab this guy. Unhide him. Ooh, not that one. And rename him to player. Save. And then this is just standing. I guess we could just get rid of it. So we got a player. We got a ghost. Save. Let's go back into Unity. Find our ghost prefab. Yeah. It's a good ghost prefab. Sources, grab our player model, drop him in there. Prefab, unpack. We just want the ghost. Delete, 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 delete. Save, back out, give her a play. See what happens. And there's our ghost. Ooh, a ghost. Oh, and I messed up the players. Something happened. Yeah, messed up the players. Probably because I re-imported. That's all right. We'll go fix them. One of the downsides of using all your models in the same file sometimes your prefabs can get a little messed up. Probably because I renamed it. Drop you in there. Prefab. Unpack. Player. Goes into player. Delete. And he's back. Alright. We got a ghost. We got a player. Spooky ghost. Let's see if we can turn out. Yeah, there's the ghost. Cool. What's next on the list? Skeleton zombie. Alright. I'm going to steal the ghost's base. L. Shift D, escape. P, selection. Hide the ghost. And this is going to be skeleton. Skeletons can be similar to the player, but, you know, bones. Let's add a new mesh, and so we can auto mirror this guy. I'm gonna move this. We're gonna start with his legs. Oh, let's start with his chest. That's fine. Auto mirror. N. Edit. Auto mirror. Y. Click. Nailed it. So let's scale him down, turn off proportional, scale him down. What does the skeleton look like? No idea. Let's make sure we got our... He's gonna be... Should he be bigger than the player or smaller than the player? Let's make him a little bit bigger. It sounds fun. I'm gonna screw this guy up. Pull his chest out. Let's grab this Z. I want that, like, that split, right? For like the rib cage, you know? Boop. Grab some edge action. Y. This goes in. Yeah, that's... I don't know. I don't do anatomy. I do code and very poor 3D modeling. I'm just grabbing the shoulders and stuff, pulling them in. So when you grab a vertex, it'll move in the plane of the camera, or you can constrain it by hitting like X or Z, or if you want to exclude X or Z, you just hit Shift X or Z. So this is only moving on the XY plane, not the Z plane, which is usually pretty handy. Let's move these guys forward. Probably needs a little more geometry in there somewhere. It's alright. Skeleton's got a little bit of a funny shape to him, just because he's so low poly right now. Let's pull these guys in, and then we're gonna have like his spine sticking out of there. Let's throw some geometry in there. Get rid of this half. Vertices. Ooh, not A. L. Scale this down. Oh, I turned clipping off. That's, I guess, maybe helpful. Go to the top view. We're gonna do a spine. Smash that together. Spine. It's gonna have a. It's gonna have some problems. I don't know what sort of spine issue our skeleton's gonna have, but it's not gonna be good. Alright, let's grab this. We're gonna switch to the other side. So spine goes up there. That's a pretty big spine. Scale her down. scale it back up on the Z, right? So his neck's going to be up there. We're going to add a handful of geometry. Proportional, connected only. We're going to go look through. You know, it's what is the spine? What does a spine look like? Who knows what a spine looks like anyway? It goes. Oh, you've got like a S bendy sort of look to it. Let's hide this for now. Yeah, sort of, maybe we just don't have the geometry to do what I want, because it's like, I don't know, probably just getting off track. You know, this is just a first pass. We're gonna pull this out a little bit. Let's rotate it. Again, we're getting off track. I'm gonna pull this down, you know, like if his spine. Oh yeah, we got his guts, right? And then his hips. So yeah, that I believe it. That goes in. Yeah, his shoulders. His arms will stick out there. Let's turn proportional on. We're gonna scale. Ooh, I've got a bunch of stuff selected. Scale this guy down. Make his tailbone. All right, that's enough messing with the skeleton. We're gonna be looking at him from, you know, up here. Not that big of a deal. Hey, let's add some hips. Bam. Gonna get rid of this half. X vertices. Control L. Scale this guy down. Do some hips. Ooh, H. Alright, so his hips are gonna be just as wide as his shoulders. And not that deep. Skeleton. What is skeleton? What are some good hips? Tailbone sticks out of the bottom-ish, right? And they are sort of this shape. Obviously, you probably need a little bit more geometry in here. Grab that guy, pull him back. Again, not an anatomy person. They like clothes. Yeah, that looks horrible. So that means it's good. Pull this up in here, and now we're just sort of doing some fun shaping. Is that what hips look like? Like, is there like a pelvic bone or something in there? Yeah, doesn't matter. Good enough. We're gonna turn clipping off and let's grab a cylinder. We're gonna turn this way down. Turn this down to 6, 6, 6, 6. Nailed it. Scale this down. Scale it down some more. Scale it up on the Z, and we're gonna do the leg bones. So the hip bone is connected to the leg bone. Let's go on this side. So we're looking at the left leg. All right, those just your thigh bones just get jammed into your hips, right? Right. That works for me. And hip bone's connected to knee bone. Knee bone's connected to the shin bone. Nice. And then we'll slap a little cylinder knee in there. Shift D, scale this guy down. Scale him down on the Z. Ooh, that skewed. Not how I wanted it to. How do we do a knee? What is that? A patella? Maybe? It's like a flat, like a puck. This is way more detail than we need, but scale that guy. Scale that bad boy up. Oh yeah, look at those kneecaps. Perfect. Let's add a cube in. Slide her out on the Y, scale her down, and we're just gonna throw a simple foot in. Scale Y. Ooh. Slide you over. And yeah, look at that foot. We'll spend a little more time on this. Pull this out. Flatten the foot. Flatten the toe. That's not what feet look like. I'm gonna throw a bevel on here just to. Alright, Skeleton's wearing slippers. And he has tiny feet and legs. Alright, that chest needs to scale down just a tad, but we need to clip. And snap cursor. I want to scale this down, but I don't want it to like skew out because we're not. We're scaling from the origin, right? So it like looks funny. Now they're too small. Is he just gonna, let's see, where's our reserve player? Yeah. Yeah. Good enough. Let's reattach our spine. Maybe we can do it like this. Yeah, why not? Why not? Ooh, wrong one. Let's add a nice little UV sphere. Make it 8 because we want to cut it in half. Three. Here we go. Get rid of those guys. Smush this back together. Scale her down. Scale her way down. Alright, what does a skeleton look like? Or a skull? Not like this. You know, it's got like a jaw, right? He's gonna have a jaw sticking out. I think this might be easier from a cube, but and like the back goes in sort of. This is going poorly. Yeah, so he's got sort of a like that shape, right? But a little more pronounced. See if we can make the face a little bit flatter. A little bit more flatter. Yeah. Make him a little. Should we just give him a giant chibi head? he has no arms. Which looks pretty funny. And I think the chest actually like should incorporate the rib cage. Maybe that's why it looks funny. There we go. Yeah, That's creepy. It's pretty creepy. Eye sockets? Let's do eye sockets. Back up. Don't border. Pull these guys back a little bit. Ooh, look at that. That is some high quality modeling right there. I'm trying to think, like, let's move on. You know, he's gonna look very silly. I'm gonna grab the leg bone and Shift D, and he's getting some arms. So we're moving forward. Are your thighs the same length as your upper arm, whatever those are? All right, well, we'll see. Let's make him in a little bit more relaxed pose. How's that looking? Not good. All right, arms come from here. We're gonna throw a little elbow on there. Get these sort of in the same spot. Oh, your forearms are 2 bones, right? Do we want to model that? No, do not want to model that. Let's make him like way more relaxed. This is his house. Excuse me. Little like he's like flexing, power stancing. I'm gonna throw a very small sphere in here. Oh, and do not clip. Get some elbow action going. You know, just to hide some crimes. Yeah. Let's see what he's gonna look like. Yeah, elbows a little too big. We just need something in there, like so his arms aren't floating. And then let's do the same thing with the hands, but his hands can be, you know, just funky looking shapes. Hand grenades. Ha! There we go. He's gonna get you. It's a skeleton. Sort of. Ish. We'll improve upon him later. Let's do a material. Oh. Alright. Need to unwrap him. Just gonna scale everything down to nothing. Scale 0. Why is... There we go. Bones are not quite white, but eyes are black. I mean, we could put some like spots between his ribs, and we could like black these. You know, no one's ever gonna see those. But good enough. Good enough. Cube is now skeleton. And then he... J... Nope. I want to go the other way. Actually, let's apply. Nope. I did it the same way. This, then this. There we go. Now we've got our skeleton. But we need to fix the base because it's now mirrored. Just bam. There we go. Save. Got some UVs applied. Unity. Prefabs. Reload. Skeleton. I don't know if this is going to be an improvement. Prefab, unpack, skelly, plop, delete. We'll call it an improvement. Save. Let's give her a run and take a look at our fancy new assets. Skeleton. It's not bad. It looks. I like the ghost. Ghost looks real good. So we got the player, we got the ghosts, skeletons and zombies. We need some floor tiles, some wall tiles, and the front door. So we're going to leave this as like a hard, 1x1 grid. But we're going to make it look a little bit nicer. And I'm going to create a new file for this. So like a house assets file, I guess you could say. Let's save it. Boop, boop. House. Nailed it. Maybe? Why did you not save? Hello. House. Am I in the right folder? I am. There we go. All right. So we need a floor tile. So this is our 1x1 cube, but we also want to do like a border, right? Let's make a 0.1. That's a lot. Inset 0.05. Let's go inset 0.025. There we go. So now we can have some bordering. We can apply like a different material if we want. And let's make this its own thing, right? So we'll just have like a grid of these, right? Well, we can even call this grid. Grid, great. So that when we apply things over it or under it, we do carpet, whatever, we don't have to modify this grid. We can just modify the grid. We don't have to modify the whole floor and whatnot. Let's add another plane, scalar down. That's not what I wanted. I'm gonna try. It would help if I was actually in like edit mode. Let's see if we can match this up. What did I do? Oh, haha. I was in edit mode when I added that extra plane, not in object mode. So now you can see up here, I'm in object mode. So I want to add a new object. Go into edit mode. Scale it down by half. Do a 0.25 inset. Hide the grid. I guess we don't need to do the inset. And now we can do whatever we want. So like, let's say we want to do carpet or boards and planks. Like we can just throw a texture on here. It'll be the right size. Let's do that. Let's unwrap this guy. Get into some texture painting and let's see if we can do like a single pixel strength. There's a brush setting that would be nice. Again, have not used this in a long time. Square. Where is there's fall off? There it is. We want the square fall off. Well, so now when we go in and we draw pixels, they'll be what's the word? Fixed, right? They won't like feather at all. We'll be all right. Let's call this house texture, and we're gonna switch this to pretty small, 128 by 128. And for now, we're just gonna paint in Blender. Call it a day. Shading slot. We need a new material. This is going to be the house mat. We're gonna add texture, image texture. Hook up the color. This is our house texture. Now we can doodle on this all we want. Go into UV editing and texture paint. Nailed it. I'm gonna drop down just some colors. How's that? Let's do floor. Let's do like a nice burgundy sort of carpet looking, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. This is gonna be easier in a more dedicated paint program, but we'll get by. So let's say that's our like carpet, right? And add a little bit of interest to it, right? And we can go back into UV, grab this guy. I'm just gonna scale it down. And it's actually gonna be an actual texture asset. So now we can go look at it. So it's got, you know, splotches on it. It's gonna be very repetitive carpet, but whatever. Let's call this carpet. And hide it and create a new one. Scale it down. Ooh, I don't know what I just did. Scale it down, right? That's the right size. Unwrap it. This is going to be in the house texture, and its material is going to be our material. Let's make this like a wood floor, just so we have two things to mess with instead of just one. So we need like a mid brown color. That works. Do it about the same size. And I could standardize how big these are later on. Just getting something in for now is the goal, and just make this like a woody panels, flooring, whatever, and then throw a couple of these guys in there. Oh, those look funny. See if we shrink down our border. Yeah, we'll make them real wobbly. Stick two in there. UV editing. Scale this guy down. That was a little too much. It's not going to look very great, but it's something, right? So it's a wooden floor. Yay. Rename it wood floor. All right. Let's create some walls. And these are going to be actual meshes. So I'm going to scale this by half. So this is our like tile size. And I want to put these like in between tiles. So I'm going to scale this down on the X, move it up, and make like some, I don't know, sort of like trim. So let's make these real thin. And then these guys can stick out. Extrude. That's not what I wanted. Let's auto mirror this. Edit. Auto mirror along the Y. Bam. So that'll give us a nice crease. That was not the auto mirror. We want X. There we go. So now I can just extrude this out and mess with this stuff. Give it a little bit more visual interest. There we go. Some nice molding. And we're gonna do like a short wall. So like if we want to see on the other side of it, we can hide the upper wall. So we'll call this lower wall. Let's unwrap it. And what are we gonna paint it? I think the lower wall, the trim can be maybe a little darker than the floor. Yeah, that works. And then the walls, I don't know, I imagine the walls to be like a deep purpley burgundy, you know, like that haunted house color. That color, sort of. Let's go back into UV edit, and I want our material, and then these faces. Ooh, let's make these faces the wall color, and we can make these faces the trim color. And then these faces, I don't know, what color do we make these? Let's make them the wall and trim color. I got those backwards, didn't I? Why are you being weird? Oh, I don't know why that's not, like, these got set, sort of. Alright, whatever. You are wall. And you are something else. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We might have some internal geometry that we need to get rid of. Yeah, something's going on. Or our normals are messed up. Let's go mess with normals. Normals. They look right. Huh. Let's recalculate them anyways. Select these faces. Right. So we should be able to set those to purple. Grab these faces. And we're going to select the underneath ones too. Just re-unwrap them. Scale those to 0, and those are going to be the, like, dark color. Yeah, I don't know. That works. So this is the lower wall. Let's make the upper wall. So I want this at the same origin point, so I'm just going to add another mesh, a cube. Let's auto mirror it on the Y. Ooh, did it just drop me in? Yeah, it did. Grab this, snapping vertex. Grab this face along the Y. Grab this face along the X. I don't know. Oh, the auto mirror. I auto mirrored it the wrong way. Let's you go away. I have messed up. Let's throw that face back in. We'll make it the old-fashioned way. So I'm just gonna line these 4 walls up. Grab X, align it there. Grab Z, align it there, and then decide how tall do we want our wall to be. Ugh. I guess we can mess with this later. Just unwrap it, scale this all down to 0, and it's just going to be purple. All right. Oh, we need to assign our material. Bam. So now we have a wall. And when you want to see through the wall, you can just boop, hide it. And we've got like a nice two-piece wall going on. I want to modify this and make the top of this to be not just the same color as the wall, so it doesn't blend in as much. But I also kind of want to make some detail, but I also just want it to be done. So we'll just make it black. Perfect. And then this guy is going to be upper wall. What else? Wall tiles done. Front door. All right, so let's create a front door. I'm thinking like a nice arched front door. But we're gonna kind of need these, so let's duplicate them. And I'm gonna hide the originals. And then these guys, since they're so simple, I'm gonna scale. So I want the door to be like these 2 tiles. So we're gonna scale this, and this will be like 3 tiles. That's gonna be weird. Let's just make it 2 along the line. There you go. This one scale 2y, and then the door will be in the middle. So let's see if we can cut out a shape. And what can we use to cut that shape? Let's just throw a mesh in. Yeah, make it a circle. I'm going to scale that circle down. This is going to be like the top of our door. Here, this will be the top of the door. Get rid of those vertices. And I'm going to rotate X 90. Why didn't that not rotate along the origin? Because this was set. Let's move this along the 3D cursor. Rotate X 90. Rotate Z 90. Grab Z, put that up there. If this is how tall our walls are, that's fine. Extrude these Z down to the floor. That works. I'm going to grab X, pull this out to the edge of the wall, and then I'm going to extrude it to the other side of the wall. Not like that. I'm going to extrude it to the other side of the wall, but only along the X-axis. So now we have this like door frame thing. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And now we can Boolean this. We can go boop, add modifier, Boolean. We need to solidify this guy first. So face, recalculate normals. So now it's like a cutting tool essentially. Let me see if I can select this bottom face. There's no bottom face. I'm gonna slide it down a little bit just so it's outside. So now we have like a tool that we can cut with. We can say object, circle, difference, apply. We can do the same thing here. Add modifier, Boolean. Where is it? Down to the bottom. Grab the circle, difference, apply it. Let's undo that. We're going to move this to the top and then apply it. Why are there so many modifiers on here? Where is it? Top. Boolean up. Boolean apply. All right. Now if we hide this, ta-da! We got a nice cutout in our geometry. Let's go in and fix this guy. We don't really need to, but it's a good idea not to have just this open open hole inside the geometry for, in case it gets shown. I don't know why it would get shown. Grab, and we want this to be black. We're gonna do the same thing here. I want these inside faces to be black, just so they're hidden. Yep. Let's try face. There we go. Almost. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. There we go. UV edit. Unwrap. Scale 0. make these guys black. There we go. And let's make the doors part of the bottom. Let's make them their own thing. Where did our cutting tool go? So we don't need this as a cutting tool anymore. We can make this our doors. So let's realign the faces. Grab X there. Grab X there. Grab Z in there. And they're going to be the same. So we're going to auto mirror on the X. And we'll mirror it on the Y. Create two doors. Split them apart. And that'll be good. Let's unwrap this. Just make it a door. Assign a material. Perfect. That is the greatest door ever. And then we're gonna like shrink them. Right? So you wanna not make them, or let's leave them like this. They can be sort of perfectly fit. There should be a face here that we're missing. So I'm imagining these getting like opened, which would be nice. So we are going to remove that. So you can see there's no face here. So I'm just gonna alt click the edge. Make sure that that's, yep, that one's selected. Ooh, all of it's selected. Get out of the way. Move, there you go. Get that guy, not that guy, that guy, and that guy. Throw a face on there. Let's just, nope, unwrap him. Scale him down to 0 again. There we go. Now we've got a nice door. I want a little gap in here. Like just a tiny gap. Why are you not? Grab Y. Oh, clipping is on. Let's turn off clipping real quick. Grab Y. Just a hair of a gap. And so now they look like two doors. Let's add some geometry in here. Oh gosh, did I just lock up? Nope. All right. Add some more geometry in here. That's not going to do it. So we're going to knife tool it. Wham. And I didn't do cut through. Okay, so the knife tool is just what it sounds like. It's you cut with a knife, but you can cut all the way through. Like right now, it's only going to cut this front surface instead of these edges. But I can hit Z and not Windows key. I can hit Z and turn cut through on. Click, enter, and now it cut all the way through. I can just grab these vertexes, scale Z0. Oop, I'm still on this guy. I want individual 0. And now it's sort of a flat door. And I can insets and do, what is it, individuals? Individuals. There we go. Extrude these guys back just a touch. Now it's there. Fancy schmancy door. Add a little UV sphere for the doorknob. This can be not that big. Let's make it purple. We're gonna have purple doorknob. Tiny doorknob. We can turn these guys off. Boop. Let's position here. Yeah, that looks alright. Just really just stick it on the door. Perfect. Nailed it. Should we do a really quick trim around the edge? Yeah, let's see if we can get that going. First thing I want to do, I don't want to have to do this on both sides. So I have two y-axis modifiers on here. So I'm just going to apply both. And then I'm going to re-modifier x and y. Now I only have to do it once. So we'll get the same thing on the inside and the outside. I'm just going to add a trim. Hopefully quickly. Without too terribly much trouble. So I can extrude this out. Grab these faces, unwrap them. And they're going to be dark brown. Oh, missed a face. That dark brown. The doors are in the way. Doors, what are you? Doors. We're gonna hide the doors. I'm gonna call the doors done. There, nice little wood trim. We're gonna do the same thing around here. Let's see, snap cursor, snap cursor to world origin, right? Because I know this object, and I'm going to auto mirror and auto mirror, just like we did for the bottom. So now I can grab that face, wherever it is, that face, do a little inset. And this is going to be kind of a pain to line up. Let's see. How big is this? So I just arbitrarily made this. I need it to tell me how long that edge is. 0.0335. Let's not do that. Let's do something a little bit not that. So snap, grab y. Grab y 0.03. That's an easy number. Still looks okay? Looks okay. Here, I'm going to grab this face again. Boop. I 0.03. And this should be pretty well lined up. We've got this border around all the way around the outside. We're just going to go clean it up. So let's get rid of this edge. Grab Z. Get rid of this edge. X. Grab Y. And then these guys. I think we can just slide these out and merge it all up. Grab Y, merge. M, Alt M. Nope. I just did something bad. That's alright. Select everything. Alt M by distance. Remove 3 vertices. Cool. So now these are normal faces again. Well, not normal, but not crazy, doubled up faces. And then these, I can just select that. Oh, we didn't look at it. I can extrude X out there. That should line up. Need to make them the right color. Unwrap. Scale to 0. Drop them on the frame. And again, missed one. Alt left click selects the band. Yep. Just re-unwrap them, scale them to 0, drop them on the brown. There we go. A nice doorway with some doors. I guess we could make the doors darker, but I think that's it for now. Lower, this is not lower, this is lower doors, and upper door. There we go. So now we can hide this if we really want to. And you can still Still see around it. I don't think we need to cut the doors in half quite yet. Let's throw all of our stuff back together. Save, probably a good idea. Go into texture paint. We're going to save this image. Save as house texture right next to the other one. This is already the house blend. House blend. And see what happens. Cool. Prefabs, same workflow. A cell. Let's go into a cell, and we're gonna pull house into here, unpack it. Terribly exciting. I'm gonna grab a grid, bam, and a carpet, and delete the rest of this. And we want the grid renderer, and we need to make a material. Materials, create material, house mat, source house material. Let's make it not smooth. Nobody wants a shiny haunted house. Grid. We can. Yeah. Let's set that to the house mat. See what color it changes. Something crazy. Carpet already set, but let's drop this in there. So it's just not using the imported one. We also need to mess with this guy instead of bilinear. Just make it point. So now we got this cool, funky, whatchamacallit. Yeah. Pixeliness. Remove. We don't need a collider. Oh, we do need a collider. Never mind. Just kidding. The grid. Yeah, let's leave this as its own material. Just make it super shiny. Not shiny at all. Not shiny at all. Grid mat. Drop that in there. So now we can change its color more easily. And it'll grab that renderer out of it. Save, back out. There. Ooh, shiny. So there's a whole bunch of Z fighting going on because I didn't put these on. I put these on the exact same plane. Go back into prefabs, cell, grid. Do we move the grid up or the carpet down? We could put this later. So they're fighting because they're on the same layer and they're the same priority. Let's see, can we do this in here? Excuse me. So we want it to stop, like, the Z fighting. Do we drop? Yeah, I forget how to do it in here. We're just gonna drop this down. So we're gonna change its Y to -0.001, right? So this is some tiny value lower, so it'll automatically get rendered lower. Hopefully. Maybe. There we go. No more Z fighting. Boop. I don't know why I was too scared to move. Probably gonna have to fix that. Oh, because the ghost was on there. That's normal. Perfect. Look at that. We got a nice little, we got some ghosts, got some players, got some zombs. Pass. Perfect. Yeah, and we can hard code the walls and stuff in. So let's do that. I'm just gonna create the wall prefab and just secretly pop it in the scene and not worry about it too much. So we need the lower wall, we need the upper wall, we don't need this stuff. All right, cut our lower wall, our upper wall. Awesome. And now we just need to sneakily position this somewhere in the scene and make a whole bunch of them. Okay, so the wall needs to be moved just a bit. Where, center. No, I want the pivot. Why is that? Oh, I know why. Let's fix that real quick. This guy needs to be reset, and these need to be reset and rotated. 0, 0, 0. This should be like -90, but you know, rounding errors. This needs to get bumped in the x half, -0.5. Let's see where that lands. It's already, well, I've been at this a while. Going on almost 2 hours, that's crazy. Alright, time flies when you're building assets. There we go. So this wall is nice and lined up. The skeleton. Ghost. Yay. I mean, it's really dark, but we can brighten that ambient color up somewhere. UV lighting, not the most fun. Camera, maybe? No, it's like I gotta mess with the volume. This is gonna be an off stream sort of thing. We got our wall. Great. Throw a wall in there. Delete. Create. Make a door. Reset. Source. Unpack. There's the doors, the lower door, the upper door. Drop those in the origin, delete everything else. Let's move this to 1.5. Get another progress bar. Yeah, there, that sort of works, right? It needs to be not in the middle, but you know, close enough. And there's our door. Let's see if we can get over there. Jump over skeleton. Yeah, and we can see through it. Little crack of light popping through. Neat. And create a prefab. That's not where I wanted that to go. Prefabs. And hit save, and I think we're gonna call it there. Got a whole bunch of assets done. Got the front door, wall tiles, got some floor tiles with a super fancy carpet. Skeleton, ghost, got the players in. And this has a lot more visual interest, I guess you would say. Just doesn't look like a bunch of spheres now. So I think next week we'll build up the mapping a little bit, you know, make it more interesting, get the walls to spawn in, or just kind of build one by hand, and have a more interesting flow for all our characters and our players to move around. So thanks for hanging out and watching me slap together some art assets, and I will see you guys next week.